your feet are either together or one fist apart. Stand up tall and lengthen through the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Bend the knees slightly just to ensure that they're not locked. Go ahead and tuck your tailbone down and lift the shoulders up towards the ears and back, creating length in the neck. Pressing the crown up towards the ceiling, feet down into your mat, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, stopping at a 90-degree angle with a flat back. Inhale back up to stand. Again, exhale and fold forward to a 90-degree angle like you're leaning over a table. Inhale back up to stand. And one more time, exhale, folding forward, 90-degree angle, flat back. This time, tilt your head down towards your feet so that your shoulders are flush with your ears. If this is too much strain on your lower back and your thighs, you can bend the knees slightly. Alternatively, you can place the palms of your hands on the tops of your thighs to provide some support and relief. Go ahead and extend the arms back forward, take a deep inhale, and come back to a standing position at your mat, bringing the hands to your heart. Once again, we'll inhale, stretching the arms up tall towards the ceiling, and exhale to a forward fold, stopping briefly at 90 degrees. This time, we'll allow ourselves to fold as far as we are able, giving ourselves over to gravity in a forward standing hang. We may need to place our hands on our thighs for support and bend the knees just as much as we need to find that balance between stretching without injury. You can also place the hands on the shins if you'd like to go a little deeper. Now take your hands off of your shins and grab your elbows, creating a box. Continue to hang. Continue to breathe. Now begin to make some yeses and nos with your head. Imagine that your head is a ball on the end of a string. This is to say that your neck muscles are so relaxed that your head is hanging in complete surrender, bobbling and moving with ease. Explore some yeses and nos, or some circles. Now go ahead and release the hands from the elbows, allowing the arms to hang beside your body. Continue to hang in the standing forward fold. We'll now move into a roll-up. All this entails is slowly making your way to a standing position. It should take you at least 20 to 30 seconds. Begin to roll up, starting at the tailbone, and then the next vertebra, and then the next. Stop anywhere that you feel tension and take a deep inhale. Remember to leave the head bobbling and the arms heavy to gravity. The head and the neck will be the very last thing to come up to a standing position. One vertebrae at a time, just like a zipper. Once you've made your way to standing position, you can extend the arms out, bend the knees, and make your way first to a seated position on your mat, and then ultimately to a lying down position, preparing for the next portion of our yoga practice. Lying on your back, turn your palms up to the ceiling. Separate the feet slightly, allow the ankles to roll apart. This position is known as Shavasana, or corpse pose. It's a great place to take stock of how you're doing. Take this moment to connect to your breath and pay attention to how your body is feeling. Feel the belly rise with the breath and fall with the exhale. Move your knees up towards the ceiling, placing the soles of the feet on your mat. We're going to move into an exercise known as the pelvic tilt. To do this, you're going to roll your hip bones towards your chin, or another way to say it is to lift the buttocks up off the mat, creating a mini bridge position. Now go ahead and lower one vertebrae at a time, and then rock the pubic bone forward towards the heels to create an arch underneath the lower back. It should be a big enough gap that your hand could fit underneath. Remove your hand, and then seal that gap by pressing one vertebrae at a time into the floor again, and continue to rock until you lift your buttocks back up off the floor. Once your hips are up off the floor, lower one vertebrae at a time down, rock the pubic bone forward towards the heels and create that arch, that gap under your lower back. Once again, seal that gap by rocking the hips towards your chin, flattening your back on the floor, and then continue to do a subtle lift, lifting the hips and buttocks up off the floor in the mini bridge position. Continue this motion on your own time. You can also explore adding the breath. I would recommend inhaling as you create that arch under your spine and exhaling as you seal the arch and lift the buttocks and hips up off the floor. The key to this exercise is bringing your awareness to each and every vertebrae, moving subtly. And do one more. And bring the exercise to a close. Bring the knees to the chest and hug them in. You can begin to do a gentle side-to-side rock, feeling the floor massaging the spine. One of the ways to massage the spine is to change the location with which the floor presses into the spine. The way to change the location is simply to place the palms of the hands on the knees as you do your rock. This way, as you rock, you can begin to straighten the elbows. And as you straighten the arms and extend the arms, you'll notice that the rock from side to side starts to massage more of the lower back. And then as you bend the elbows again, slowly pulling the knees towards the chest, you'll find that you feel the pressure of the floor massaging more of your upper or mid spine. This is great to play around with. Let's move into some circles as well. Hug the knees towards the chest, extend the arms in a clockwise circular fashion. Straightening the arms on the left side, extending, bending the arms on the right side and pulling inwards. Big sweeping circles. Move into the opposite direction now, counterclockwise. Bending the arms on the left side, extending the arms on the right side. One more circle, and hug the knees in to the chest. You can go ahead now and place both hands on the right knee and extend the left knee or left leg outwards. Interlace the fingers if this helps you get a better grip. Go ahead and pull the right knee in as close to the body as you're able. This will place some pressure on the ascending colon, helping with elimination. The left leg should be extended and the left foot flexed with the heel pressing into the mat or floor. The left thigh muscle should be engaged rather than floppy. Press the skull slightly into your mat and tuck the chin just slightly. Deep breaths here. You can begin to explore pointing and flexing the right foot. Bring the left foot up to meet the right and hug both knees into the chest once again. Place the right hand on the left knee now and extend the right leg out. Interlace the fingers over the left knee. Press the right heel into the floor and flex that right foot. Once again, the right thigh should be engaged. Hug that left knee into the left side of the body. This will place pressure in the descending colon. Once again, helping with effective elimination. Remember to breathe with the exhale, pulling the knee in a little tighter. This time, extend the right arm up and the right leg is still out. Meanwhile, the left side of the body is still in a ball position. On your next exhale, you're going to switch sides. So you're going to extend the left leg out and the left arm out, and then pull the right knee in, placing the right hand on the right knee. Switching back and forth, one side of the body is in a little ball and the other side is extended straight, and then switching, the other side is in a little ball and the other side is extended straight. Moving back and forth at your own pace. You can coordinate the breath accordingly. One more time, and bring yourself back to a lying down position. Separate the feet to around mat width apart and roll the palms up towards the ceiling. Close the eyes, soften the muscles of the face, and take a moment to rest in corpse pose, Shavasana. A brief pause to take in the effects of the practice thus far. Turn the palms back over and bring the feet together. Flex the feet and firmly root the heels into your mat, firming the thighs. Press the palms down, inhale the left leg up towards a 90-degree angle, exhale it down. Inhale the right leg up, exhale it down, leg raises. Inhale that left leg up towards 90 degree, nice and straight, exhale it down. Inhale the right leg up towards 90, exhale it down. One more time, inhale that left leg up and hold it as high as you're able to get it. Go ahead and clasp your hands either behind your hamstrings, behind your calf muscle for a deeper stretch, or if those positions are not accessible to you, you can go ahead and hold on to your pant leg and pull on that. Or if you're someone who has a belt at home, you can place a belt or a strap around your hamstring and use that to hold on to support you. Once you've chosen the appropriate place to grasp, go ahead and breathe deeply into the stretch. Ensure that your right leg maintains firm, active participation, and the left leg is straight as much as you're able. with every breath, lengthening and straightening the leg. You can begin to explore pointing and flexing that left foot. Notice how it changes the sensation in the body. Bring the foot back to a point. And on your next inhale, you're going to lift the torso, the shoulders, and the head right up off the floor using your abdominal muscles. Bringing your forehead and face towards your knee. Holding here. It's important to note that it's the abdominals doing the work and not your neck or head. There should be no strain. It's all coming from the stomach muscles. Continue to breathe. Maintain your left leg where it is. Exhale and place your head and shoulders back on your mat. Breathe one more deep breath with this new height, and then exhale the left leg down. Shake out the left leg and take a moment to pause. What do you observe about your legs? Turn the palms back over, pressing into the ground, feet together, and flex the toes. Inhale the right leg up. Go ahead and clasp either behind the hamstring, the calf muscles, or take hold of your pant leg, or use a strap or belt. You know what's best for your body at this time. Once you've chosen your grip, continue to breathe deeply. With every inhale, work towards straightening the right leg and expanding the stretch a little deeper. Ensure that the left heel is flexed and that the left foot is pressed firmly in the ground, that the left quad muscle is engaged. You can begin to point and flex the right foot, exploring how this shifts the stretch. Finishing with a pointed toe, go ahead on an inhale and lift your forehead and shoulders up off the mat, bending your arms and bringing your forehead and face towards your knee. Notice that all of this tension is in your stomach muscles. They're what's contracting and doing the work, but your head and neck are still relaxed and soft. Maintaining this distance of your foot. Exhale and lower your shoulders and head back towards the mat. Continue to engage in the stretch for one more full breath, and on an exhale, release the leg down to your mat. Pause here to feel the effects. Resting in corpse pose once again. Placing corpse pose in between postures is fairly common in many hatha traditions. It gives an opportunity to soak in and bask in the benefits. Give your entire weight over to gravity. Allow your problems to be held by the earth. Coming back into awareness, bring the knees towards the chest, a small little spine wiggle, And then place your left hand on your right knee and roll over to the left side of your mat. We'll move into an Alexander shoulder stretch. Place your right hand on top of your left hand. Some of you may find that you have a sore neck, and if this is the case, you can place a block or a small bolster or pillow underneath your head to provide support. Begin to explore rolling your right hand forward on top of your left hand, sliding forward, almost as if extending that right arm out of the shoulder socket, reaching as far forward as you can, and then plugging the arm bone back into the shoulder socket, extending forward and retracting, sliding back. And again, extension and retracting back. Extension and back. Extension and back. Coming forward, this time you can turn the palm towards the ceiling as you trace a circle above your head counterclockwise. Attempt to follow this circle, keeping your eyes following your fingers as much as you're able. If there's a moment of tension or a spot that's sore, you can pause there to take a breath. Continue to draw this long circle until your hands meet again. Extend the arm and do another circle overhead. If the flexibility in your shoulder does not allow for your fingertips to touch the floor, that's okay. Simply do your circle and lift the arm up off the ground if necessary. Bringing the hands together, extend again and do another circle, following with your eyes, stopping anywhere there's tension and taking a deep breath, and continuing to trace that circle. And bringing the hands back together. Getting ready to change sides, you can take the block out from underneath your head and turn over now to the right side. But first, give yourself a hug with your knees. Coming onto the right side, I'm not going to place a block underneath my ear this time because I want to show what the posture looks like if you're not using a prop. However, if this is too much on your neck, remember to place a prop underneath. Begin to slide the left hand on top of the right and then plug the left arm back into the shoulder socket. This reminds me of Inspector Gadget when I was a kid. Go, go, gadget arm. And plug the left arm back into the shoulder socket. Again, extending that left arm, sliding over the right palm. And you can begin now to trace a circle going clockwise with the left arm, sweeping above the head, following with the eyes as much as you're able. If the left arm can touch the ground the entire way, that's great. And if not, that's great too. Complete one circle and bring the hands together. Do another Inspector Gadget extension and begin your next circle, sweeping the arm around the body, following with your eyes. Meeting the palms together again, extending that left arm, and one more circle, flipping the palm up towards the ceiling, fingertips tracing on the floor. Giant circle, stopping any time to breathe into any tension. Joining the hands again. Rolling back onto your back, tuck your knees, hugging them close, and do some gentle side-to-side rocks, preparing for our spinal twist. Place the left hand on top of the right knee. Extend that right arm behind you, placing the back of the hand on the ground. Allow the knees to fall over to the left, down towards the floor. Attempting to maintain both shoulders in contact with the floor, turn your head and look towards your right armpit. If this doesn't feel good for your body, you could always place a block underneath your knees. This will provide some support so that the stretch is not quite as deep. Remembering to lengthen your breaths. As you inhale, visualize the air going to your right rib cage and filling that area up. Coming back to a neutral position with the knees back up, go ahead and place the right hand on your left knee and take that left arm up, placing the back of the hand on the floor and dropping the knees over to the right side. Again, if you need some support, you can take a block or a pillow and place it underneath your right knee. Turning the head towards the armpit. Deep breaths, sending air down into the left rib cage. Bringing the knees back towards the chest, one final hug. The last of our floor lying down postures. To come up to a seated position, you can either turn to your side and prop or hoist yourself up, or you can place your hands on your knees and give yourself a rock and swing with momentum to get up to a seated position. If you're not already facing the camera, turn your body so that you can see these last few stretches. We'll finish off our practice with some shoulder stretches and some neck stretches. Begin to lift the shoulders up towards the ears, circle them back and down. In a circular motion, lift them up towards the ears, back and down, creating length in the neck. Again, shoulders up, back and down. Inhale the right arm up and drop it behind your neck. You can lift the chin up just so slightly, lengthening up tall through the spine. You can touch your head to assist it in pressing back into the shoulder. Notice how I'm keeping my shoulder open here. You can extend the left arm out and turn it around and place it on your back as well. An advanced version of the stretch would be to touch the fingertips together or even to interlace them. But that doesn't have to be a priority. Right now you're working on opening up the chest and blossoming the heart forward. Bring the left arm down, the right arm up, and do the other side. Placing the left arm up and behind, and the right arm out and behind the back. Lifting the chin ever so slightly in order to press the back of the skull into the forearm, opening up the chest, opening up the armpit and shoulder. Be mindful to not hunch forward. Some people are in this position in the stretch. It's important to open up. Deep breaths here. And release your arms. Continue with a few shoulder rolls backwards again. We'll move into some neck rolls now. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And drop the chin down. Always having breath inform the movement. And now the left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathing the tension away, drop the chin down and right ear back to right shoulder. Go ahead and do some semicircles here. From side to side, left ear to left shoulder, and then right ear to right shoulder. Finishing them off at your own pace. Coming back to a seated position, head is neutral now. We'll move into some self-massage. Take your right hand and cup it. And go ahead and reach over on to the left shoulder. And with that cup position, begin to dig right in that muscle up there, your trap. It's a kneading motion, just like this. Kneading the muscles, really pinching. Your right hand might get a little tired, but it's worth it. Grabbing that muscle. Really get in there. Once you've softened up that muscle, you're going to move on to doing the entire arm by kneading down the bicep. Just giving it a bit of a squeeze all the way down to the fingers. And this is the part I like the most. Grabbing the hands and pulling as if you're pulling out the tension and the toxins. It may seem silly, but it feels amazing. Cup that left hand onto your right trapezius and shoulder area and begin to knead. Pinching, grabbing, dissolving the tension. And then continue to knead and pinch all the way down the arm. Once again, grip the fingers and pull as if releasing all of the tension. Do some karate chops now, over on that left side. Up high on the trapezius, the neck area. This is actually a common practice in some Asian cultures. I learned it from traditional Chinese medicine. Karate chopping down the arm and then pulling out the tension. Changing sides, karate chopping up on the other side. Moving your hand eventually down the arm to improve circulation and pulling the tension out. We're now moving into a sweep. Sweep your body, sweep your face, your shoulder, down your arm, and sweep the other side. Imagine that you've got energetic cobwebs you're sweeping away. Sweep your face and your ears. Energetic matter tends to collect behind the ears. Sweeping, sweeping. It may seem really silly, but it feels really great, trust me. Thank you for sharing this practice. I hope you have a great day. You can make your way into a Shavasana position with your palms up to the ceiling for our final relaxation. Feet about mat width apart. And I'll leave you here to sink deeply into the benefits of the practice today. May you be well, may you be happy. Thanks for stopping by.